Okay, as we look back to Saturday, it was a disappointing result for our football team. Felt we had a good week of prep, and we're excited to go out and go on the road to finish our non-conference season, and just didn't perform at the level that we feel we're capable of performing. You know, if you look at the game, we did not get off to a good start. We had 6 penalties the first quarter, which really affected us, and then gave up some big plays. We're unable to get off the field and unable to control the football, and the end result was apparent on the scoreboard that we didn't win the time of possession battle, and they outgained us by a large amount on the ground, and we need to regroup and really take a look at this, because this is something our team hasn't experienced, a game of this wide of margin in quite some time. So we got to be able to take a look in the mirror here and really work hard to get ready for our next game.
When you do kind of go back and evaluate, do you feel like maybe the pressure was pretty high on you guys in this kind of matchup for you? Maybe just some of the outside stuff that was coming in. I know you guys try to avoid that, but do you feel like maybe that kind of crept in and that's what maybe caused the rough start that you guys had?
Yeah, there could be a number of things. I don't think we played very loose. We were, made some mistakes that we don't normally make, although we didn't turn it over, so that was not the issue. But the penalties really, I thought, helped our opponent. We didn't stress our opponent in that type of atmosphere too, and never put pressure on them. So, we talk about it to our team, about handling these situations, but all situations are different each week, and this was a different one for us, going on the road here against who we felt was a very good opponent and going to be a tough matchup.
How do you kind of address playing loose then this week?
Proper preparation. I really believe if you prepare well and feel confident in executing the plan, I think you can play loose or with confidence. Sometimes loose isn't even the right word. It's playing with confidence and feeling like you can go out and get the job done.
Coach, going into obviously Montana State, what are you kind of expecting from your guys, and is there a confidence level now that you maybe want to see out of your guys in preparation this week?
Well, we're back at home, and the last time we were at home we played well, so we'll be excited, but you can't take it for granted just because you're at your home stadium that you're going to play well. You got to prepare well, and we've got a difficult opponent coming in. It's another spread team with a very athletic quarterback who we feel is his last time out played very well, especially in the second half of their game against South Dakota State. They had an opportunity to win that football game against the number 4th ranked team in the country. So they'll have some confidence. I'm sure they're hungry for their first win, and we got to look at it as this is the start of the conference race. You want to get out in front.
What do you tell your guys starting conference play? Is it kind of we're 0-0 kind of approach for you guys?
Well, there's no question, that the conference is a big deal. We make a big deal about winning the league because that was the number one goal going into it. We talk about it all the time about, hey, if you win the conference, you're in the tournament. But we can't look too far ahead right now. We really got to slow down here and go one day at a time, and our Tuesday practice is the most important thing in our minds right now.
Given that Montana State had last week off, and they've had now just 2 games to play that they've played, and the start that you guys had against South Dakota, how important is the start this week on Saturday?
Well, I think the start's always important in all games, but we want to perform with some more consistency than we have at any point this year. That's been one of our issues, and going to be really the word of the week is, hey, if you practice well and prepare well, you can play on a more consistent basis and perform that way. So, yeah, we want to get off to a good start, but we also want to maintain a consistency throughout the game.
How important is it that you are a senior veteran group that even though you started this way last year, maybe they can use that this year as well?
I don't know if that's going to be a factor. It's a different team. We're learning about this team yet, and we've got to see what we're made out of this week. We feel like this is a big week for us to see how we respond to the result that we got on Saturday.
away from kind of the penalties and all that talk, how would you be evaluating your offense's play this past Saturday?
Well, we made some big plays, but we didn't have any momentum that we created for our team because we didn't follow it up with points. We early in the game when we got a big kickoff return, we came up away empty. We didn't score. We had an opportunity to catch a ball on the 2, which would have been a huge play in the game. Who knows? You get it on the 2, you go in and score, now it's 10-7. So there's so many different factors. But we made some big plays. We changed the field position at times, but we were not consistent enough, and that's what we'll be focusing on this week.
You touched on it a little earlier, but after a disappointing week last week, how important is it to come home to a familiar territory like the Alerus Center?
Well, we like playing at home. We enjoy playing in front of our home crowd. The last time here, I felt we performed pretty well, but we can't take it for granted. And we always would love to see our Alerus Center filled, and I think that makes a difference. It helps us. It's tough on our opponent, but it's only tough if we create the environment and play well and perform at a high level.
You guys have 3 games on film. Montana State has 2 games on film. What are some of the advantages, disadvantages of maybe them seeing a little bit more of you and you maybe not having as much of them?
Well, at this point, it's still early in the year, so you don't have a whole season, whatever. So I don't know if there's really a big advantage one way or the other. We played last week. If we'd have a different result, you'd probably say, hey, we got momentum going in. They were off. Probably stay a little bit healthier. Don't have to deal with that, but you also can't stay in a rhythm, and they finish strong in their game. So there's so many things that you can look at it. I just don't believe it gives anybody an advantage one way or the other.
With Murray coming in, maybe similar to Strebler as far as run pass, is there any concern or expectation of mimicking what South Dakota worked as far as preparing for Montana State?
Well, they are similar in some ways. They're spread offense and have an athletic quarterback. They're going to be a bit different. Each team is going to be different, but I'm sure they'll look at what was successful against us, and we got to shore it up, and we know that we have to shore up our defense and play better against the run, and we can't give up big plays. When you do that, and that creates momentum for the team and doesn't give you any momentum.
How do you feel about your inside linebackers right now? Obviously, depth has been a concern. Do you feel like guys are progressing as their reps go? Do you need to move different guys in there? What do you think?
Well, we go in every week looking at our personnel to see how we're going to use it and best use it, and we'd like to play better as a defense, and we have new guys in there, and that's what we're faced with, and we're going to teach them and prepare them as best we can, and then we got to tackle. When it comes down to Saturday afternoon, you're going to get in one-on-one situations, and you got to tackle and get guys to the ground.